Hello again everyone, my name is Derailious and welcome back to Skyblock News. Today we'll be going over some pretty significant changes to the Skyblock 0.20.1 alpha, notably with regard to dark auction changes, which I think are pretty significant. Before we get into this though, I just want to say, make sure you like and subscribe down below as we're getting fairly close to 65k. Without any further ado though, let's launch right into this. Starting off, the admins have updated their thread, which is filled with information related to the update. Notably, I forgot to mention in my last video that the Hoppity Chocolate Factory update will be included as part of Skyblock 0.20.1. In terms of dark auction changes though, there's a lot of stuff here. They've added two new items to the dark auction rotation. I've covered them both in a previous video, but they are the Magic 8 Ball and the Sirius's personal phone number. The Magic 8 Ball we didn't have confirmation of being part of the dark auction, and this confirms it. They've also allocated twice as many servers to the dark auction, allowing more players to enter. This is increased to 3x when Scorpius is mayor. I really think people don't understand how significant of a change this is going to make to the prices of a lot of these items. Effectively, they doubled the amount of items that are going to be in circulation every single time there's a dark auction. This is tripled when Scorpius is mayor. Obviously, a lot of these prices are going to still be really high, but this, in combination with the other changes I'm going to go over, are going to make a big dent in the vast majority of them, which I think is good for the game. They've also adjusted the dark auction structure and added an additional round. There's a new item between the previous item and a flower minion, and they've also done this for the darker auction or for Scorpius, and they've added an additional round. There is a new item in between the book and plasma nucleus or hegemony artifact. They've also doubled the weights of the Ender and Wither artifacts, and quintupled the weight of the dark purple dye, all of which I believe are excellent changes. It's honestly hard to overstate how significant these changes are. I really believe they're going to cause a lot of items' prices to fall by a substantial margin, and it keeps the dark auction valuable in 2024, rather than keeping it overpriced like it was in the last few years. Personally, I would love to see an additional change where Iron Man players are kept to their own lobby. They have a different game mode than the rest of us, they overall don't have to worry about things like the auction house dictating their prices, and in a lot of cases, they're effectively taking away items from regular players in the sense that they are willing to bid way more on an item, and that artificially reduces the supply of those items for regular players, which might be the reason why they made this change in the first place. Honestly, that's just an idea in my head. I want to hear your thoughts down below. You can tell me I'm an idiot, I don't really care. But if you agree or disagree, feel free to leave your thoughts down below. Next up, we have quite a few Glacite tunnels changes to talk about, but I want to go over three things in particular. Notably, when they said that they were adjusting the campfire in the Dwarven base camp to reduce cold over time instead of instantly, they stated that while they like this change, they're looking to speed up the rate in which the campfire reduces cold, which I think is a great change overall. They also made the Bal Pets Made of Lava perk no longer being changed when the update 0.20.1 comes out, which is also great. And in terms of the two new Glacite Tunnels commissions, the Gemstone Crystal commission will not be releasing with 0.20.1, which I also think is great, and really helps out this update in terms of not allowing complete RNG commissions to exist in the game. There are also quite a few other important changes to go over. Mineshaft portals now stick around for up to 30 seconds. They made it so suspicious scrap drops a maximum of 5 times per mineshaft, with each scrap having a lower drop chance than the previous one. Abaphones can be used in the Glacite tunnels. Crystal variants of mineshafts now spawn 25% of the time instead of 10% of the time, and frozen corpses now grant a base amount of Glacite powder and Heart of the Mountain XP when looted, scaling with your corpse tier. They've also made the Ascension Rope now work in the Glacite mineshafts, giving you the bonus rewards as if you used the exit portal. They've also made it so that the rewards players receive upon exiting a Glacite mineshaft have been increased, scaling with their accomplishments. They've also made the Skeleton Key now only work on Vanguard corpses, which I find very funny. Imagine being the guy to use that on a Lapis corpse. They've also changed the Heart of the Mountain requirements of several items, and also added the Relic of Power to the Skyblock leveling guide. In terms of final important changes, they added rewards to Dr. Stone upon donating all required fossils for her. They made it so the Glacite Tunnels items have been added to the museum, and they also gave fossils an NPC sell price. There's also a new Dwarven emissary in the Dwarven base camp, and they also added an animation to the campfire in the Dwarven base camp as well. They increased the amount of Glacite powder that you get from mining Glacite to 5, 6, or 7, and players who have reached the Dwarven base camp may now warp to the Crystal Hollows without needing to talk to Gwendolyn to renew their free pass. This is honestly the best change out of everything in this update. Finally, I don't have to go to Gwendolyn anymore. I know that was obviously a ton of patch notes to go over, but there really is a lot associated with this update, and overall I think most of it is positive at this point. In terms of the bad parts of the update, they've scrapped a lot of it and reworked quite a bit more, and I really think things like the Dark Auction changes are going to do a lot of good for the game long term. Hopefully they keep moving in this direction, and I really do think things in the future will be better in terms of Skyblock. We seem to be getting updates at a faster pace, and with things like the Mayor update and the Foraging update to look forward to, there really is a lot going on. At the end of the day though, my name is Derailious, thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and look to the future fellas, I'll see you then.